Ceremonies, Mr. George Ackley.
Good morning, Mount Olive. Welcome to the 2022 First Robotics Competition and this year's challenge, Rapid React, presented by the Boeing Company. It feels good to be back together in person. We miss this. This season, First Forward, presented by Qualcomm, challenges teams to look to the future of transportation by learning from lessons from the past and evolving transportation into something better and more sustainable for its planets and its inhabitants. This year, this weekend, we come together to celebrate you, your creativity, your smarts, your passion, and your spirit. Speaking of spirit, what better company to step up as the title sponsor for Rapid React than the Boeing Company? The Boeing Company has been at the bleeding edge of transportation for decades. Now, let's hear from someone who is a big supporter of our mission, their Chief Technology Officer and a first volunteer.
Hello, First Robotics competition teams, and welcome to Rapid React, presented by Boeing. I'm Naveed Hussain, Chief Technology Officer at Boeing, and former First Robotics competition judge. The skills you are developing today will be the skills you'll use to innovate a better tomorrow, and I've seen it firsthand. I've had the chance to meet many of you in the arena and see your teams in action, competing, creating, and building the confidence to go further. At Boeing, we know you are the generation that will propel us forward. People who were in your footsteps not long ago are now at Boeing. How will you be part of the future of transportation? All of us at Boeing wish you a safe and fun competition season as your innovation, creativity, and ingenuity continue to propel you forward.
Once again, big thanks to the Boeing Company. Thanks to support from companies like them, literally nothing is going to be outside of our grasp. Now, if I could please have everyone's attention in the stands as I present our first speaker. Please welcome from the U.S. Army, Captain Brian Feidenkevitz.
Good morning. The U.S. Army is proud to sponsor today's first robotics competition. The skills I learned in my high school robotics team have proved invaluable to my career as a soldier. You've all taken the time to analyze problems, break them down into component parts, propose and test solutions, and refine your designs. You've also worked as members of a team, dividing labor and managing tasks effectively. Now, there are over 150 careers in the Army, some of them highly technical, others more process-oriented or physically demanding. But every single one of those career fields benefits from folks with the talents that you've demonstrated through this competition, participating in them. That's why we're here today, and it's why the Army provides more money for students to pursue STEM in college than any other institution in the United States. Whether it's as a full-time student and a part-time soldier, or the other way around, I encourage you to take the time today to speak with the soldiers that are here about scholarship and service opportunities that the Army has to offer. My experience building robots in high school and college have made me a better bomb technician, a soldier more capable of protecting Americans, and a leader more able to take diverse teams into the unknown. I hope each of you takes the lessons you've learned from this challenge and continue to grow as leaders, teammates, and innovators. I wish you the best of luck today and in all that you do. Thank you.
Thanks again, Captain Feidenkevitz. Our second speaker of today is the Executive Director for Enterprise Systems Integration Center at Picatinny Arsenal. Please welcome Tony Cibasato.
Hey, good morning, everyone. How's everybody doing? I don't know. I don't know. It's a little early in the day. I know. It's an early start. Let's try that again. How's everybody doing? All right, that's better. That's better. Hey, listen, congratulations for all you've done working together in your teams. Picatinny Arsenal has been a sponsor of First Robotics teams for a little over a decade. Today, for high schools, we sponsor probably over 50 teams. But in all grades, Picatinny Arsenal is the sponsor of over 100 First Robotic teams. STEM is very important to us. It is important for us as a nation to have people to go into the sciences, the math, engineering, to be able to take advantage of the ever-growing cast of technologies and new ideas and new innovations that are coming down the road in the future. All of you have an opportunity to be part of and take advantage of the skills and the experiences that you've all had over the years in your schooling and working in First Robotics, to be able to take that to the next level for the good of our nation, no matter where you end up working, whether it's in the commercial field, commercial area, or if you do work for some of the Army labs or any of the labs across the joint services, the Air Force, the Marines, the Army, wherever, in support of our soldiers. But what I want to say is that you all have gotten up early today. You've had people that have helped you, your parents, your teachers, your mentors. Some of you may have come on a school bus today, so you had a school bus driver. So I want all of the students to give it a big round of applause for those who helped you get here today, all of those folks. So give them a big round of applause. You heard from the captain. We got Sergeant Jones here. I want to ask them to just, Sergeant Jones, stand up. You get to enjoy in this country the freedoms that allow you to go to school, to participate in things like First Robotics, because the men and supporting that is the men and women in uniform in the Army, the Air Force, the Marines, the Navy that are stationed around the world that help us to preserve the freedoms we have in this country. So please give all the men and women in uniform a big round of applause. So I know everybody wants to win the prize today, but remember, you all came together, you worked together as teams, which is very important. You've probably made some new friends. You've taken advantage of the skills that all of your team members have to be able to have the best robot out here in the competition area. Whether you win or lose, it's not important. What's important is the experience you had working together as a team, bringing the skill sets of all of your team members together, taking advice from your mentors, your teachers, and how to make your robot better. At the same time, I remind you, please, look at the other robots, because that's the way the world works. It's not just what you did as a robot, what you put together, but take a look at what others did and learn from it. That's how the world gets, that's how we have the best nation in the world. So with that, I wish you all well, and good luck today.
Thank you so much, Tony. In addition to all of our corporate sponsors, events like this couldn't be put on without some help from both the local sponsors, both school and township. So please give it up for representing the Mount Olive Town Council, Daniel Emianda. All right, we are almost cleared for takeoff. But before we do just want to take a minute to commit ourselves to the safety of the world, and we stand with people around the world who are calling for peace and hopefully living in a future where we don't have to worry about our freedoms. So with that being said, please everyone rise for the singing of the United States National Anthem. right, the moment we've all been waiting for. Let's get the teams out onto the field. We have been cleared for takeoff, and let's get ready to rapid react. Folks in the stands, the other voice that you'll be hearing this weekend is the voice of our game announcer. Give it up for Sarah Fogwell. All right, Sarah, let's introduce the teams for our qualification match number 1. Starting over here in the red side, we've got team number 11.
Sponsored by Siemens, Picatinny Arsenal, Nokia, Fluent, Megaface from Mount Olive High School, it's Mort.
Partnered in the middle with team 1257.
Sponsored by UTC, Picatinny Arsenal, the Grotto Foundation, Infinite Solutions from Union County Vocational Tech School, Parallel Universe.
And rounding it out with team 102.
Sponsored by Johnson & Johnson, Picatinny Arsenal, Department of Defense from Somerville, New Jersey, the Gearheads.
Kicking it off down here in blue. Give it up for team 2554.
Sponsored by Picatinny Arsenal, BAE Systems, Middlesex County College from Edison, New Jersey, the Warhawks.
And 1279.
From Somerville, New Jersey, sponsored by the Bayer Fund, DoD STEM, Picatinny First, and NASA, Cold Fusion.
And last but not least, 4573.
Sponsored by Picatinny Arsenal, Verizon, LC Discount Tires, East Coast Customs from South River, New Jersey, SRNJ Rambotics.
Drivers behind the line. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, teams, welcome to qualification number 1 at the Mount Olive District event. Right off the bat, we have human players throwing their cargo into the top of the hub. Just underscoring, looks like all the robots are making their way off and on of the tarmac. We are making our way into the teleoperated mode. 102 not wasting any time in the front of the field, going to collect as many cargo as they can as their partners 11 Mort line themselves up. Cargo looks to be in sight, going to try to collect it. Over on the Blue Alliance side, 1297 trying to find that sweet spot. Their cargo going into the top of the hub, making their way across the field to pick up some more that's in sight. Red Alliance successfully shooting another cargo into the top of their hub. Looks like 102 is making their way over to their hangar, trying to pick up some cargo out of there to shoot into their center hub. 2554 has come to life. They've woken up. They're ready to start this match. Cargo in sight. Gonna try to collect it and make their way towards their center hub as well. 102 looking for that sweet spot. Once again, they have cargo in hand. 1279 is gonna try to play some defense in the front. 1257 swiftly making their way across the field. Cargo in hand, trying to outmaneuver 1279. Looks like 11 Mort is already lining themselves up in their hangar. They have another 60 seconds up on the clock. 1257 successfully dispensing 2 of their cargo into their bottom hub. Their alliance partner 102 trying to find the sweet spot once again. Over on the Blue Alliance side, 2554 lines themselves up, cargo in hand. Gonna try to outmaneuver these Red Alliance robots and make their way over to a safe zone where they're able to dispense their cargo into the top of the hub. Looks like 1257 and 1279 duking it out in the center of the field. Both robots trying to dispense their cargo into that center hub. You heard the noise, 20 seconds on the clock. This is endgame. Robots are now making their way over to the hangar. Looks like 4573 is gonna line themselves up, arms extended into the air. Let's see if they're able to traverse. Blue Alliance robots fighting for a space on the bars. Mort is up in the air with 7 seconds up on the clock. 1257 and 102 fighting for a spot on the bar with 2-1. All right, teams, that will be the end of our first qualification match here in Mount Olive. Scores coming to you soon. All right, team scores are coming up on the boards. And it looks like the Red Alliance will take the win with a score of 19-4.
All right, we just saw it played on the field, but for those of you not quite 100% familiar with the rules of Rapid React, let's take a look at the game animation.
First robotics competition. And this year's game, Rapid React, presented by the Boeing Company. 2 alliances of 3 teams each compete to score their cargo balls into the lower hub and the upper hub. They earn additional points if the robots traverse the rungs of their hangar. Robots start each match on one of their tarmacs and may be preloaded with 1 cargo each. During the first 15 seconds, robots are autonomous. Without guidance from drivers, they leave their tarmac, score preloaded cargo, and collect and score additional cargo. During the remaining 2 minutes and 15 seconds, drivers control their robots. They continue to gather up 2 cargo at a time and score cargo in the lower and upper hubs. Cargo scored into either hub count towards the cargo bonus. Launch pads protect robots from contact by opponent robots. Robots may use either terminal, where their human players assist the robots with acquiring cargo. As time runs out, robots race to their hangar and traverse as many rungs as possible. The higher a robot gets, the more points it earns. An alliance that reaches a hangar point threshold is rewarded with a ranking point. The alliance that earns the most points wins the match.
All right, let's roll right into the intros for match number 2. Starting off down here in red with Team 6945.
Sponsored by Picatinny Arsenal, Imperial Machine and Tool, Thor Labs from Blairstown, New Jersey, Children of the Corn.
In the middle, definitely needing it today, Team 223.
Sponsored by Johnson Johnson, Turnell, Eagle Electric, Flemington Instruments and Controls, and Picatinny STEM, Extreme Heat.
And partner with Team 222.
Sponsored by the Robotics Booster Club, Gaia Communication, Procter & Gamble, Greenman, Penderson, Inc., and Same Page. It's Tigertrons.
Down here on the Blue Alliance, Team 1143.
Sponsored by Lockheed Martin, One Point Inc., Abington Education Improvement Organization, Cruise In Comets.
In the middle, Team 4653.
Sponsored by Picatinny Arsenal, Virtue Risk Partners, ShopRite, Insert Supermarkets, from Ramsey, New Jersey, Iron Men Robotics.
And 2590.
Sponsored by NavAir, Siemens, Bristol Myers Squibb, DoD Systems, Lockheed Martin from Robbinsville, New Jersey, Nemesis.
Thumbs up, green light. Drivers behind the lines. 3, 2, 1, go.
And with that, teams, we are on to qualification number 2. Red Alliance robots have already made their way off of their tarmac. They're looking for their cargo to pick up. Looks like Tigertrons and Extreme Heat have made their way off. Red Alliance has already scored one of their cargo into their bottom hub. All right, we are making our way into the tele-operated mode, 2590, not wasting any time. 1, 2 cargo successfully going into that top hub. 223 Extreme Heat swiftly making their way across the field, successfully getting one of their cargo into their bottom hub. Not wasting any time at all, already have cargo in sight. Their alliance partners, Tigertron, cargo in sight as well, lining themselves up for that bottom hub. Gonna go realign themselves. Their alliance 6945 trying to get on some of the action. Looks like Nemesis is lining themselves up for 2 more of their cargo successfully into the top of their hub. Cruising Comets over for the Blue Alliance side. Over by the human player zone, they seem to have a cargo in their robot. Gonna try to see if they can get it into their center hub. They have 2 successfully in their hands, swiftly making their way across the field. Extreme Heat once again has their cargo in their possession. 1143 successfully dispensing their cargo into the bottom hub. Blue Alliance Nemesis gets 2 more cargo into the top hub. 4653 adds onto that as well. 6945 looks like they're going to try to make their way across the field, lining themselves up with some red cargo as Cruising Comets are in the front of the field, trying to make some cargo, making their way over to the human player zone and giving their human players some more of that cargo to dispense into their robot. Nemesis not wasting any time at all, swiftly making their way across the field, looking for some more blue cargo to put into their hub. Looks like right now they're doing circles around this entire field. All right, and with that, we are down to the last 30 seconds in this match. Teams, this is endgame. 2590 has already made their way up on their hangar. Their alliance partners, Cruising Comets, are going to make their way as well, lining themselves up. 4653 lines themselves up in the back of their hangar as well. Tigertron's not wasting any time either, lines themselves up in the hangar. Their arms going up, up, and away. Looks like Nemesis is going to try to climb, traversing all the way to the other hangars with 2-1. All right, what an exciting qualification number 2. Check back for scores in a moment. All right, the scores are in. The Blue Alliance will take the win with a score of 46-22.
First has a great lineup of supporters cheering you on, including some you just might recognize. Let's hear from a few of your fans from Disney who really want to hear from you.
Hello, First Teams and fellow spectators. We hope you're having a blast at today's first competition. We wish we could be there with you.
More than ever before, we need ambitious, creative, and optimistic minds to solve the world's greatest challenges. Through the power of science, technology, engineering, and math, today's students can face these challenges and create the futures they imagine, both for themselves and their communities.
That's why this year, we are excited to showcase how FIRST teams are using their STEM know-how and creativity to be forces for good through Build the Future, powered by Star Wars, Force for Change.
And we want to hear from you. We are here to remind First Teams to make sure that they submit their stories for the chance to be featured on the global stage. How are you and your teammates using your STEM skills beyond gameplay to be forces for good in your communities?
Submit your stories at firstinspires.org/buildthefuture for the chance to be featured.
We can't wait to hear your stories of hope and innovation. Have fun at today's competition, and may the Force be with you always.
All right, teams, don't forget to visit www.firstinspires.org/buildthefuture to share your team story for a chance to be featured in Build the Future, powered by Star Wars, Force for Change. And while our crews set up their final touches on their machines, let's introduce the teams for match number 3. Starting off in the green with 1403.
Sponsored by Montgomery Township School District, Bristol Myers Squibb, and Picatinny Arsenal. From Skillman, New Jersey, Cougar Robotics.
Just keep swimming with team 193.
Sponsored by Siemens, Picatinny Arsenal, Nokia, Fluent, and Megaphase. From Flanders, New Jersey, Mort Beta.
And team 1811.
Sponsored by Picatinny Arsenal, Comcast, NBC Universal. From Newark, New Jersey, it's Fresh.
Down in the blue, we've got Team 4652.
Sponsored by Picatinny Arsenal, Virtue, Risk Partners, ShopRite, Insert Supermarkets, Manhattan College, from Ramsey, New Jersey, Iron Men 2.
And one of our rookies, Team 8075.
Making their way out of Dover, New Jersey, sponsored by Dover High School Cyber Tigers.
And Team 5666.
Sponsored by NRG, from Trenton, New Jersey, Purple Lightning.
Drivers behind the line. 3, 2, 1, go.
Guys, I can't even believe it. We're already in qualification number 3. This is great. And with that, human player tosses in cargo from the outside. Just swirled out of the top of that hub. That was pretty impressive. That was a good shot. And with that, we've made our way into the tele-operated mode. More Beta, not wasting any time, has cargo in hand, swiftly making their way over to the hub. Looks like 4652 not wasting any time either, making their way over across the field, trying to get some cargo into their possession. 8075 hanging out on the tarmac right now while their partners are going over to the other side, the Blue Alliance driver station. 1811 Fresh makes their way over to the human zone, trying to get some of that cargo dispensed into their robot. 193 Mort Beta successfully gets one of their cargo into the top of the hub. Their alliance partner, the Cougars, they got too much power. They got to stop working out. Blue Alliance successfully gets that cargo into the bottom of their hub. Red Alliance once again successfully gets a red cargo into the top of the hub. 1403 is going to line themselves up once again and grab one of the cargoes to bring over to the hub. Fresh is over in the front of the field. Looks like they're shooting down some cargo, trying to play with these Blue Alliance robots in the front. All robots swiftly making their way across the field. Human players throwing some more cargo into the field to make it easier to access and pick it up. Mort Beta once again shoots their cargo just overshot of the top of that hub. 1811 making their way cross field. Clock coming down to 34 seconds. All right, and with that, we are in endgame. Robots are making their way over to their hangars. 4652 already has their arms in the air, waving them like they just don't care. Let's see if they're able to make their climb with their alliance partners. Mort Beta and 1811 both have robots making their way up into the air. Fresh has made their way up with 8 seconds up on the clock. 4652 trying to figure out their orientation in the hangar with 3, 2, and 1. Scores to you in just a moment. Teams, the scores are in. The Red Alliance will take the win with a score of 32-7.
And now let's talk about gracious professionalism. Woody Flowers, who helped launch the first robotics competition alongside founder Dean Kamen, created this term, which really is the heart of the first experience. Let's hear how Woody defined gracious professionalism.
At first, we do our best work while helping others and treating folks with respect and kindness.
If you compete such that if your grandmother saw everything that you did on a national television program, she would be very proud, then that'll be okay.
Gracious is mostly about feelings, both yours and those of others. Professionalism is mostly about knowledge and its application for good. Combining the two is important, so learn everything you can and experience helping others as often as you can. Rational self-esteem is a big deal, and it is a likely outcome from practicing gracious professionalism while busting your chops in first. So use your first experiences well. They will serve you well. Gracious professionals tend to be satisfied, happy people. So, again, both gracious and professionalism are essential to the kind of meaningful life we all want to live.
We are indebted to Woody for creating this ethos of first and ask that you continue to maintain this high standard, honoring Woody's legacy by keeping gracious professionalism as part of everything you do. Do it and you'll make Woody and your grandmother proud. And we are going to roll along straight into the intros for match number 4. Starting off in the red with Team 6860.
Sponsored by Stryker, Picatinny Arsenal, Department of Defense, Comcast, and NJIT. From Paterson, New Jersey, Equidum Robotics.
And another one of our rookies, Teams 8588.
Sponsored by Morris County Vocational School of Technology, Picatinny Arsenal. From Denville, New Jersey, the Tech Devils.
And Team 1672.
From Orange and Rockland Optimal Architectural Manufacturing Corps. Sponsored by Shock Tech and Aldi. From Moha, New Jersey, Robo T-Birds.
Down here in blue, give it up for Team 2070.
Sponsored by Ridgefield Board of Education, Ridgefield PTA, Picatinny STEM, General Devices, and DoD Systems, the Royals.
And in the middle, we got Team 1989.
Sponsored by Renaissance Web Solutions, RS Phillips Steel, Nokia Labs, Picatinny STEM, and Thor Labs. From Vernon, New Jersey, Viking Robotics.
And 834.
Sponsored by Bosch Rexroth Reliable Equipment, Lutron Electronics, and Knoll. From Center Valley, Pennsylvania, Spartex. an announcement. A red card is being given to 1989. They are inspected, but no one is in their driver's station. That red card has been taken back. The team is now in the driver's station.
Light is green, drivers behind the line. 3, 2, 1, go.
And with that, teams, we have made our way into qualification number 4. Red Alliance doesn't waste any time. Human player is able to shoot their cargo into the top of their hub during the autonomous mode. With that, we have made our way into the tele-operated mode. Robots are now coming to life, making their way across field, trying to find this cargo they can shoot into their center hub. 85, 88 making their way off their tarmac. They seem to have cargo in their line of sight. 1672 not wasting any time. Cargo into their bottom hub. For the Blue Alliance, 2070 seems to have cargo in hand, lining themselves up to dispense into their bottom hub. 1672 looks like they beat them to it. Cargo has been put in for the Red Alliance on the bottom. 85, 88 makes their way over to their human player zone, trying to pick up some of the cargo from the other side of the field, while their alliance partner 1672 successfully dispenses yet another cargo into their bottom hub. Looks like 2070 has come to life, doing little dances in the front of the field, lining themselves up, while once again 1672 is able to dispense their cargo into their bottom hub. 834, these Spartaks line themselves up. A tad short for getting that shot into the top hub. Red Alliance has also shot their cargo into the top of their hub. Looks like it had just bounced out. 834 once again making their way over to their tarmac to line themselves up. 1672 once again dispensing another cargo into their bottom hub. Blue Alliance Spartaks lines themselves up, just undershot. All right, and with that, we have 30 seconds up on the clock. 1672 dispensing their last cargo into the bottom of the hub. Their alliance partner, 8588, seem to be having a little difficulty in the front of the field. 1672 not wasting any time. Their arms are up in the air, lining themselves up on the hanger. 2070 for the Blue Alliance lines themselves up. Arms are successfully attached to the hanger. Let's see if they can make their way up in the next 5 seconds. 1672 hanging up in the air, no feet on the ground. All right, and with that, that will be the end of our qualification number 4. Scores to you in just a moment. All right, teams, the scores are in. The Red Alliance will take the win with a score of 20-4.
All right, let's introduce the teams for match number 5. Starting off over in red with team 8771.
Sponsored by Pioneer Academy, NASA Argosy Foundation from Wayne, New Jersey. It's Piotech.
And in the middle, we got team 1089.
Sponsored by Bristol Myers Squibb, Lockheed Martin, Bloomberg DoD System from Hightstown, New Jersey, Team Mercury.
And rounding it out with team 8117.
Sponsored by Easton Area High School from Easton, Pennsylvania, the Robo Rovers.
Down here in blue, looks like we've got team 1168.
Sponsored by CTDI and Allfill Incorporated from Malvern, Pennsylvania, Malvern Robotics.
And in the middle, team 4361.
Sponsored by Roxbury Township Board of Education, Picatinny STEM, Norwalt Design, KPM Exceptional. It's from Roxbury, New Jersey. It's Roxbotics.
And rounding it out with team 2458.
Making their way from Gladstone, New Jersey, sponsored by Gills St. Bernard School, Picatinny Arsenal, and DoD System. It's Team Chaos.
Drivers behind the lines. Not yet. Drivers behind the lines. 3, 2, 1, go.
And teams, welcome to qualification number 5. Already we have 2 successful Blue Alliance cargo into the top of their hub, 1 for the Red Alliance as well. These robots aren't going to let the snow stop them from getting in some amazing first 5 matches. Off the start, 1168 has cargo in hand. They were going to try to line themselves up. But their alliance partner, they're taking the shot for them. 4361 just overshooting, bouncing out of that top hub. 2458, 1 and 2 cargo successfully into the bottom hub. 8117 lines themselves up. They have a red cargo in hand, making their way towards their center hub. They're on the tarmac. They're ready. Gonna line themselves up. Blue Alliance gets 1 and 2 successful cargo into the bottom hub. 1168 looks like they're playing a little defense on 8771 in the front of the field. $24.58, 2 cargo in their possession. Once again on their tarmac, gonna line themselves up to try to dispense these cargo 1 and 2 successfully into the back of their hub. 8117 lines themselves up, 2 cargo in their hand. Let's see if they can dispense into that bottom hub. Mercury in the front of the field lines themselves up, 1 cargo successfully into their robot. They're just testing out their shooter right now. 8117, again, 2 cargo in hand. 1 has just been hit out. Blue Alliance successfully gets 1 of their cargo into the top of the hub. All right, and with that, we have 30 seconds on the clock. Robots scurry to make their way over to their designated hangars. 8117 already has an arm in the air, waving it like they just don't care. Gonna try to lift themselves up off the ground. 2458 lines themselves up, arms in the air. They're gonna try to meet their partner up there. 1168 is off the ground as well. Mercury trying to get in some last second shots with 3 seconds up on the clock. 8117 has made their way into the air. All right, and with that, scores are coming to you in just a moment. teams, the scores are in for qualification number 5. The Blue Alliance will take the win with a score of 34-12. Teams, as a reminder, we will be playing through the end of qualification 13 today. If you have played your matches for the day, you are welcome to start heading home. Because of the weather, we will be getting all teams and volunteers out of the building by 11 a.m. So by the time that you finish your last qualification match before qualification 13, you may leave the building. Thank you.
All righty, let's introduce the teams for match 6. Down on red, we've got 3142.
Sponsored by Picatinny Arsenal, Planet Network, ShopRite, Thor Labs, TechFlex from Newton, New Jersey. It's Aperture.
And they're partnered with 3515.
Sponsored by Picatinny Arsenal, it's Nubotic Mustangs.
Rounding it out, we've got 5490.
Sponsored by Lockheed Martin from Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, the Dark Bite.
Heading on over to blue, we've got 6016.
From Hackettstown High School from Hackettstown, New Jersey, Tiger Robotics.
And they're joined with 5438.
Sponsored by St. Peter's Prep, Pelton Graham LLC, in Sarah Supermarkets from Jersey City, New Jersey, Technological Terrors.
Rounding out the Blue Alliance, we've got 2600.
Sponsored by Picatinny Arsenal, BAE Systems, and National Defense Education Program from Oak Ridge, New Jersey, Team Falcon.
And we are all set to jet. Drivers behind the lines. 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome to qualification number 6. We already have one Red Alliance robot successfully dispensing a cargo into the top of their hub. Looks like robots are waking up. I know, it's early. They're awake from their nap. They're ready to go. 5490, not wasting any time. 2 of their cargo in their possession, successfully dispensing into the bottom of their center hub. 3142, I think they're just showing off now by how high they can throw their cargo into the air, and now successfully into the top of their hub. 5490, 2 cargo in their possession once again. 3142, dispensing yet another cargo into the top of their hub. 5438 and 3515. Playing some defense over on the Blue Alliance driver's side. Swiftly making their way across the field as 5490 once again picks up 2 of their cargo and lines themselves up in the Red Alliance tarmac. 2600 swiftly makes their way across the field looking for some cargo in sight. While on the Red Alliance, 3142 lines themselves up trying to make their way around their alliance partner 3515. They seem to be driving circles around this Blue Alliance robot 5438 as they have a blue cargo in their possession trying to line themselves up over on their designated tarmac. 5490 lines themselves up with 2 cargo in their possession once again. Successfully dispense 1 as their partner 3142 lines themselves up and successfully dispenses a cargo into the top of their hub. 3515 swiftly making their way across the field over towards the Red Alliance hangar. 2600 goes for a shot of their Blue Alliance cargo, just over miss. 5490, 2 more cargo in their possession, lines themselves up on the tarmac once again, successfully dispenses into that bottom hub. All right, you know that whistle, 30 seconds, this is endgame. 31-42 lines themselves up for 2 more cargo. Successfully gets one of them into the bottom of their hub. We're down to 18 seconds. Robots are making their way swiftly towards their Alliance hangars. 5490 getting some last-second cargo dispense into the bottom of their hub. They are successful. 8 seconds up on the clock. 31-42, not wasting any time. They are in the air already with 3 seconds, 2 and 1. All right, that'll be the end of qualification 6. Scores to you in a moment. All right, and the scores are in. The Red Alliance will take the win with a score of 40-6. Teams, again, another reminder, doors will open tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. The first qualification match tomorrow will be qualification 14, which will be played promptly at 7:30 a.m.
All righty, let's meet the teams for match 7. Down on red, we've got 219.
From Washington, New Jersey, Team Impact.
And on the prowl, we've got 222.
Making their way from Tunkhanken, Pennsylvania, it's Tigertrons.
Rounding out the alliance, we've got 8075.
Making their way from Dover, New Jersey, Cyber Tigers.
A lot of tigers on the red side. Let's see what the blue side has. We've got Team 11.
Our host team from Flanders, New Jersey, it's Mort.
And they're partnered with 4652.
Making their way from Ramsey, New Jersey, Iron Men 2.
Rounding it out, we've got 6945.
From North Warren Regional High School, Children of the Corn.
We've got our thumbs up. Drivers behind the lines. 3, 2, 1, go.
Teams, I don't think I can express how excited I am to be back right now. And to see not one, but 2 cargo being shot into the top of that hub. One for the Red Alliance, one for the Blue Alliance. As the robots start to wake up on this beautiful early morning. Red Alliance robots have made their way to the front of the field. Tigertron's not wasting any time. 2 cargo in their possession. Trying to make their way around their Alliance partner 219. Getting rid of their Blue Alliance cargo. Lining themselves up for that bottom hub. 1 and 2 cargo go in. Mort matches them on the other side with 1 blue cargo going into that bottom hub. 219 successfully dispenses their cargo from their possession into that bottom hub as well. 222 makes their way across the field once again, dispensing any cargo in their possession into that bottom hub. Mort in the front of the field looks like they're successfully lining themselves up. 1 and 2 cargo successfully going into that bottom hub. 46-52. Going to be trying to play some defense, keeping 222 from scoring as many of their cargo as they can. It's all part of the game here. 11 Mort swiftly making their way across the field. Another cargo in their possession. Tigertrons once again trying to race them down, keep them from scoring that cargo. Oh. 46-52, part of their robot coming off over onto the other side of the field. 219 has a cargo in their possession, trying to score it into the bottom of their hub. (6945) making their way across the field on the back, trying to keep these Red Alliance robots from making their way over to the hangar. 222 is already up in the air in their hangar. 219 looks like they're going to try to join them. 11 Mort is lined up in their hangar as well. 219, 2 Red Alliance robots are now up in the air. 8 seconds up on the clock. Blue Alliance robots making their way over to the hangar with 3, 2, and 1. All right, scores to you in just a moment. Scores are in from the last match. Red Alliance will take the win with a score of 29-14.
righty, match number 8. Let's meet the teams. Down on red, we've got 223.
From Lakeland Regional High School, Extreme Heat.
And they're partnered with 834.
From Southern Lee High School, Spartex.
Taking it by the horns, we've got 4573.
Making their way from South River High School, SRNJ Rambotics.
Swimming on over to the Blue Alliance, we've got 193.
Mort Beta from Flanders, New Jersey.
And they're partnered with 2070.
From Ridgefield, New Jersey, the Royals.
Taking to the skies, we've got 1143.
All the way from Clark Summit, Pennsylvania, the Cruisin' Comets.
And we've got the thumbs up. Drivers behind the line. 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome to qualification number 8. Spartex just trying to keep us on our toes. Shooting some of their cargo up into the air. While their alliance partners, Extreme Heat, successfully get cargo into that bottom hub. All right, and with that, we are off to the races. Welcome to the tele-operated mode. Human players are behind their driver stations, being able to operate their robots through computers and controllers that they have programmed. Blue Alliance has 1, 2, and 3 blue cargo into their bottom hub. Extreme Heat trying to get their cargo into the bottom hub as well, successfully dispensing 1 into their hub. Spartex meet up with them again. 2 cargo being dispensed out of their robot. And it looks like Extreme Heat has cargo into their robot. Looks like it's going to be 1 too many. Red Alliance successfully getting another cargo into the top of their hub. 4573 has now come to life, trying to make up for lost time, swiftly making their way across the field. Cruising Comet successfully scoring a Blue Alliance cargo into their bottom hub. 193 lines themselves up. They're slowly but surely making their way into their tarmac zone. Lines themselves up. Their shot just a tad off. Spartex have found that sweet spot. Doesn't look like the cargo wants to stay on the top. Cruising Comets lines themselves up with yet another cargo, just falls short off to the side. Spartex line themselves up, and now they found that sweet spot, successfully dispensing their cargo into their top hub. All right, you know that whistle, 30 seconds, this is endgame. Red Alliance robots are already up in the air. 4573 is hanging on that mid-range. Spartex are lining themselves up. Looks like 1143, Cruising Comets and Mort Beta line themselves up for the Blue Alliance robots with 10 seconds still on the clock. 2070 wants to get in on this action. Going to try to make it in their hangar. 5 seconds on the clock. Spartex trying to make their way up with 3, 2, and 1. All right, scores to you in just a moment. A yellow card is being given to Team 223 for possession of more than 2 cargo at a time, G403. right, the scores are in, and the Blue Alliance will take the win, 35-24.
Alrighty, let's meet the teams for match number 9. Down on red, we've got 4361.
Roxbotics.
And they're partnered with 6860.
Equidome Robotics.
Rounded it out, we've got 1811.
From Newark, New Jersey, it's Fresh.
Heading on over to blue, we've got 1168.
Malvern Robotics.
Partnered with 8588.
From Denville, New Jersey, the Tech Devils.
From the other side, it's 1257.
Parallel Universe.
We've got the thumbs up. Drivers behind the lines. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, with that, we have made it to qualification number 9. As a reminder, we are playing through qualification 13 today. We will be picking up with qualification 14 tomorrow morning at 7:30. Doors will open at 7 a.m. We have made our way into the tele-operated mode. 6860 lines themselves up, trying to take possession of the red cargo. Looks like their Alliance 1811 Fresh, successfully dispensing cargo into that bottom hub. 4361 with their swerve drive swiftly making their way cross field, trying to get in people's way, trying to play some defense. 1257 outmaneuvering them, successfully have 2 cargo in their possession, 1 and 2 successfully into their bottom hub, while their Alliance partners 1168 successfully dispense their cargo into their top hub. 1811. They're making their way over to the human zone, trying to see if they can get some cargo out of their way. In the meantime, Blue Alliance successfully gets 1 cargo into their top hub and 2 into their bottom. Fresh gets 1 red cargo into their bottom hub. Looks like they're going to go chase it down, trying to get some more of those Red Alliance cargo into the bottom. 4361 trying their best, swiftly making their way across the field. Looks like they have red cargo in sight, going to try to take possession. We have another 50 seconds up on the clock. 1168 successfully shooting another cargo into the top of their hub. 1257 swiftly makes their way across field. They're on their tarmac. 1 and 2 cargo goes into their bottom hub. 8588 has now come to life, playing a little defense over on Fresh. Doesn't bother them at all. 1 of their cargo going into that bottom hub. You know that whistle, 30 seconds. This is endgame. Blue Alliance cargo has gone into the top of their hub. Robots have now made their way over to their designated hangar. Try to get these last second hangs. Trying to see which level we can get up to. 4361's lining themselves up with 10 seconds up on the clock. Fresh has their arms in the air, trying to make their way off the ground. 1168 makes their way up off the ground as well with 3, 2, and 1. That will be the end of qualification number 9. Scores to you in just a moment. All right, the scores have been submitted. The Blue Alliance will take the win with a score of 40-23, bringing 1168 up to the 8th seed, 8588 up to the 9th, and 1257 up to the 11th.
All right, we're rolling right along into match number 10. Let's kick off the introductions over here in red to Team 8771.
Out of Wayne, New Jersey, that's Pyotech.
And partnered in the middle with Team 6016.
Tiger Robotics.
And rounding it out with 5490.
The Dark Bite.
Down here in blue, give it up for 2458.
Hoping to stir things up, it's Team Chaos.
And in the middle, 1989.
Viking Robotics.
And 5666.
Purple Lightning.
Light is green. Drivers behind the line. 3, 2, 1, go.
Kicking it off with qualification match number 10 here at the Mount Olive District Competition. Robots escorting themselves off of the tarmac and taking some shots into the upper and lower hub. As we leave autonomous period and enter tele-operated mode where drivers step forward and take control of their robots, Red Alliance leads up ahead by a small gap of 10-4, favoring the Red Alliance. 5490, the Dark Bite, lifting up their 4-bar mechanism with some cargo in their holder, deploying it off into the lower hub. 2458, Team Chaos, sporting a very neat elevator pulley system, looking to scoop up any spare pieces of cargo that they can find across the field. Team 5666, Purple Lightning, positioning themselves on the Blue Alliance tarmac, hoping to find any spare pieces of cargo that they can restock their inventory with. 5490, the Dark Bite, over on the near side of the field, scooping up any pieces of cargo that they can find, loading up two cargo, deploying it into the lower hub. Good to keep up the advantage that the Red Alliance has. Team 8771, Pyotech, looking to try and play a little bit of defense against Team Chaos, causing a bit of a traffic jam on the far side of the field as the Dark Bite continues to deploy cargo into that lower hub. 1 minute on the clock remaining. Red Alliance still with a heavy advantage, 19-5. But we still have an end game that can change all the difference. 5666, Purple Lightning, repositioning themselves, trying to find the optimal location in order to score. But the Dark Bite over on the near side of the field looking to say hello. They grab themselves 2 cargo, placing them nice and comfortably into that lower hub. There's that buzzer, tick-tock. Any deliveries need to be put on the express train. 20 seconds remaining, 2458, Team Chaos placing themselves right into the lower hangar, deploying their hook system onto that mid-rung. Up, and away. 2458 popping themselves right up. 5666, Purple Lightning, scooping up some cargo over at the Blue Alliance terminal as time expires here in qualification number 10. Stay tuned for your official results. We have your official scores. Taking to the skies is the Red Alliance. Score of 35-11. Red Alliance earns themselves those 2 ranking points.
And while the teams are taking the field, just another reminder, due to the weather, if you are done with qualification matches for the day, we highly recommend you get a jump start on your drive home. don't forget that doors will open at 7 a.m. tomorrow. First match will begin promptly at 7:30. And don't forget to account for daylight savings time. We all lose an hour of sleep. Introducing the teams for match number 11 over here in red, starting it off with Team 1279.
Cold Fusion.
Currently ranked number 1, Team 3142.
Aperture.
And Team 219.
Team Impact.
And down here in blue, we've got Team 2590.
Nemesis.
2554.
The Warhawks.
And 1089.
Team Mercury.
Drivers behind the line. 3, 2, 1, go.
Kicking it off with qualification number 11 here at Mount Olive in the 1st Mid-Atlantic District. A lot of teams finding themselves leaving the tarmac. 3142, Team Aperture, having a very successful last week at Bridgewater Raritan, find themselves in rank 1, trying to do it all over again. A very close but very hefty autonomous period, 22-20 in favor of the Red Alliance. As drivers step forward and take control of their robots, we have a lot of machines buzzing and whirring around the field. Team 3142, Aperture, lifting down their intake system to obtain some pieces of cargo. Meanwhile, 1279 heads back into home territory to meet up with their opposing 1089, Team Mercury. Meanwhile, 2590, Team Nemesis, continuing to play a little bit of defense, causing a bit of traffic jam for the Red Alliance. Team 1279 trying to find any cargo that they can find. Meanwhile, Team 3142, Team Aperture, takes to the skies as they fire some cargo into the upper hub. Team 1089 causing a blockade for Team 1279, taking up real estate within the Red Alliance hangar. 219 Team Impact over at the Blue Alliance terminal, hoping to scoop up any pieces of cargo that they can find. Red Alliance continuing their advantage. 50 minutes left on the clock. 25-54, the Warhawks looking to play some defense against Team Impact. As we got a lot of machines piled up over on the far side tarmac belonging to the Blue Alliance. Teams continuing to make deliveries either high or low. But close of business is coming. Any more shipments need to be put on the trucks. Coming up on 15 seconds left, 1279 finds themselves doing a one-armed pull-up onto that mid-rung. 219 Team Impact looking to hang on to the mid-rung as well. 3142 Team Aperture have no problem going low. On the blue side, 25-54 find themselves trying to lift up onto the mid-rung, but time expires. We'll see what the refs have to say. Super crazy game. Let's see what your official results are. Stay tuned. We've got your thumbs up and your official results. Taking the skies is the Red Alliance. Score of 56-33. Red Alliance gets themselves 2 ranking points.
Let's meet the teams for match number 12. Over here in red, down in the green, team 1403.
Cougar Robotics.
In the middle, we got 1672.
Robo T-Birds.
And 5438.
Technological Terrors.
Down here on the Blue Alliance, we got team 3515.
New Botic Mustangs.
8117.
Robo Rovers.
And 2600.
Team Falcon.
Drivers behind the lines. 3, 2, 1, go.
Qualification match number 12 underway. The penultimate match for today. A lot of machines leaving their respective tarmacs, hoping to scoop up any cargo they can and fire it into the upper and lower hubs for additional value. 8-2 lead in the red as we move into teleoperated mode. Drivers step forward and take control of their machines. 3515 Nubotic Mustangs coming right out, ready to drive. Teams on the Red Alliance, Team 1403 and 1672. Cargo well within their hopper, trying to offload it into the lower hub. Pop one, hoping to pop a second. There it is. Checking out over on the blue side, it's 2600 Team Falcon trying to take some three-point shots, finding another piece of cargo nearby that needs a home. 8117, the Robo Rovers, parking right up against the lower hub as they continue to take some small shots up into the lower hub. Scoring for the Red Alliance is 1403 Cougar Robotics, activating their shooter and popping some cargo high into the sky, into the upper hub. 1672, the Robo T-Birds on the Red Alliance, scooping up any cargo that they can find in hopes of deploying it into the hub, either high or low, upper or lower. 3-point differential favoring the Red Alliance, 21-18, as we come down to 50 seconds remaining in the match. $81-17 over on the blue side, hoping to fire off some cargo into the lower hub. 2600 gathering some cargo that they happen to find over on the Red Alliance side of the field. Taking some three-point shots, trying to pop it into the upper hub. 1672 decides to shift gears after trying to fire some cargo into the lower hub as they head into the Red Alliance hangar. Partnered with 1403 Cougar Robotics, they try and deploy their hook systems onto the mid-rung. 8117 over on the blue side gets there first. Let's see if they're going to try and go high. Bit of a collapse there as time expires here in match number 12. Stay tuned for your results. We have your official scores. Soaring to success is the Red Alliance. 33-19, Red Alliance gets themselves 2 ranking points.
And just another reminder that this is our last qualification match for the day. Following this match, the pits will be closed and we will ask all teams to please exit the building by 10:30. Doors will reopen tomorrow at 7. First match at 7:30. And don't forget about that pesky daylight savings time. With that, thank you everyone for your cooperation. Things ran swimmingly here today. We're able to get all of our matches done on time. So with that said, Eric, let's go ahead and introduce the teams for our last match of the day in the Red Alliance, starting off with Team 102.
The Gearheads.
And partnered in the middle with Team 6860.
Equidum Robotics.
And rounding it out with Team 2070.
Royals.
Introducing the teams down in blue. We've got Team 4653.
Ironmen Robotics.
And Team 222.
Tigertrons.
And Team number 11.
MORT. Mort.
Light is green. Drivers behind the line. 3, 2, 1, go.
Qualification match number 13 underway here at Mount Olive. Last match of the day so that teams and everyone can enjoy the beautiful winter weather in March. Drivers step forward and take control of their robots, 16-6 as we head into teleoperated period. Blue Alliance leading the game right now. Team 222 and Tigertrons looking to clean up the stockroom, picking up any cargo that they can and delivering it into the lower hub. 222 scoring low. 102 the Gearheads over on the Red Alliance side of the field, scooping up any cargo that they can find from the Red Alliance terminal. 6860 Equidum Robotics looking to play some defense against the Tigertrons, hoping to put that kitty to sleep. 2070 over in home base, heading over by the terminal looking to restock on inventory. 90 seconds on the clock, a minute and a half. 4653 Ironmen Robotics scoring high as they put 2 pieces of cargo into the upper hub. 222 on the blue side fires low into that lower hub. Team 11, Mort on the Blue Alliance side of the field over by the driver's station, scooping up cargo that they can find, hoping to deploy it into either the upper or lower hub. That shooter pops it low. trying to increase their lead. 36-8 now, favoring the Blue Alliance as we're coming into just under a minute left. 46-53, Ironman Robotics snagging some pieces of cargo. One in the Blue Alliance has made all of the successful deliveries that they can need, finding themselves meeting that ranking point bonus for cargo. As Team 11 is not quite done yet, MOR Team Mort finds themselves on the high rung, trying to hook on, but can we see a traversal? Out comes the hook, trying to latch on. Let's see if they can do it. Red Alliance trying to climb up as well, and it looks like Team 11 finds that traversal hang. Up, and away they go. 46-53 finds themselves up onto the mid-rung as well. Red Alliance climbing themselves up as well, 102 the Gearheads, and 2070 Royals trying to climb themselves on the mid-rung on the red side. Time will expire here in qualification 13. Stay tuned for your official results. We've got a thumbs up from the head ref. And we've got your results. Taken high is the Blue Alliance. The nice score is 69-14. Blue Alliance gets themselves the full package of 4 ranking points. 2 from the victory, 1 from the cargo bonus, and 1 from that hangar bonus.
All right, robot fans, thank you so much for all your cooperation and hard work today. That was our last qualification match. The pits are now closed. We ask everyone, please be safe going home. Please be safe coming back, and we will see you all tomorrow at 7 a.m. when the doors open.